don't do this to me. Ciao, my name is Alessandro, and usually I play playthroughs on this channel, but today we're gonna be doing something a little bit different. Today we're gonna be ranking all the games that I played in 2024 so far. It's June, so it's kinda like an half year review of what I liked the most playing in 2024 and what I liked the least. And I hope you care about this. Since you're watching this video, you probably do. And I thought about showing you a little bit of the behind the scenes of how this ranking has been made. This video is sort of an appendix to another video that I made. So this is where I show the whole ranking process. But if you want to see the final result of this ranking and you don't care about the whole process, you can check out the video at the link that is showing right now in the top right corner. There, I will basically make a brief overview of each game, explain how many times I played, why I like it, why I don't, the theme, the difficulty, the strategy, more details about the games themselves. Well, here I'm just trying to talk through why I'm making choices sometimes. Some other times, not at all. Some other times, it's obvious for me that I'm just gonna choose one game or the other. Because, yes, this is going to be a ranking that is made by pairwise comparison between games. So, every time the system is gonna give me, do you like this game or that game? You select one of the two, move on to the next comparison. And there's gonna be a bunch of comparisons that are gonna help the system make the ranking. To do so, I'm using the website PubMeeple. It's a great website for this. It automatically imports the games from BGG. Just so you know, disclaimer, these games are not all new. Some of them might be actually very old. I don't own millions of games. As you can see, like, this is my library. I played in total in my life probably around 150 games. So yeah, don't expect this to be like a best of the games of 2024 that came out in 2024, the best Kickstarter of 2023. Nothing like that. I have barely any new game, and I hope you still enjoy this video even if it's not like completely new games. Actually, some of these games you might know very well because there are some classic. And spoiler, this is just my ranking. It's clearly my opinion, and you I totally agree that you are deserve your own opinion and your own preference to the games. So I don't think anybody's gonna insult me in the comments for whatever choice I make, but you never know. Like, this is not a universal idea. I'm a nobody. I don't even know most of the games that are out there. So if you have any suggestions or you have your different opinion, feel free to share it in the comments, and you know, and I appreciate that. Even though we might have different opinions, I actually like confrontations. I'm not scared of confrontation. Just don't insult me. Or if you want to insult me, do it with sarcasm. I like that. I'm Italian. And if you like this kind of content, feel free to subscribe to my channel because I make board games content. I usually make playthroughs. My channel is already full of playthroughs. If you know the games, you probably will enjoy the playthroughs. If you don't know the game, I usually explain the rules. So just go through my channel. You're gonna find something you like. And if you wanna leave a like and subscribe to my channel, I would be very grateful. Anyways, now I'm gonna move to the side and make way for the ranking software to appear on my right. And it magically appeared here. To be making the ranking, I'm gonna be using this website called PubMeeple. It's amazing. I I am mind blown. I didn't know this thing existed. It took me so long to find a pairwise comparison tool, and then I realized there was one specifically for board games. There are also other things that you can rank, I think beers and stuff. It's amazing. I love this website. If you made this website, if you know someone who made this website, thank you very much. You make my life so much simpler. From now on, if I don't look directly in the cameras because I'm looking at the screen, because I need to be looking at the screen. So sorry about that. As you can see, you can import your Board Games Geek collection, and since I'm used to recording my plays on Board Games Geek, I can just directly pull from there all the games that I played, and you can specify a specific time range, include expansion or not. It's amazing. You can also input the things one by one. Honestly, you can do a text entry, you can do a Board Games Geek search, so look for the game on Board Games Geek. It's amazing. And as you can see, I played 43 games in these first 6 months of 2024. So since the list has already been imported, we can start ranking. I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know what's gonna come out, but I'm excited to discover. So we are about to rank 43 items, and this will take an estimated 130 comparisons. Do you want to continue? Yes. By the way, you don't need to do this in one session. If you have an account on this website, you can save and come back to the ranking later and finish it later. So if you want to rank all your board games collection, your board games collection is like 100, 150 games, and it's gonna take like, I don't know, hundreds or even thousands of comparisons, you can come back to it later. Let's dive into it, shall we? Okay, One Deck Dungeon and Exploding Kittens. One is a party game, one is basically a solo game. One Deck Dungeon is not necessarily a solo game. This is tough because I am not the biggest fan of either of them. So let's say this. Okay, I thought I would have loved One Deck Dungeon, okay? But Exploding Kittens with all the expansions and with a bunch of friends, all the expansions, with 2 expansions I own, Imploding Kittens and Streaking Kittens. I love the chaos that Streaking Kittens brings to the table. It's just silly. It's just a silly game, and I think it's a fun, stupid, silly game. Don't stop watching the video. This is my only party game probably I own ever, Exploding Kittens, and One Deck Dungeon, I thought I would have loved it. I thought I would have poured my heart into it, but it just didn't vibe with me. So I think I'm gonna go for Exploding Kittens for this time, but they're really like not my biggest games. Not a big fan, sorry. Villainous or Root? Easy. Root. Easy. Dwellings of Eldervale, Arkham. No! I knew this time would have come. These are my favorite games. These are my favorite games. Okay, Arkham Horror franchise in general, I love. Arkham Horror revised core set only, like the revised core set campaign, which is called The Night of the Zealot. I think I'm gonna go for Dwellings of Eldervale. Don't hate me. I love Arkham Horror. Is my favorite. Do you see how many Arkham Horrors I have? I have the Dunwich Legacy, the Path to Carcosa, Edge of the Earth, the revised core set up there. I don't know if you can see. I'm trying to. I have so much Arkham Horror, so. Barrage or Calico? Barrage, even though I'm a caveat. There is a playthrough on my channel about Barrage. I have made so many mistakes. So many mistakes. I usually don't make that many mistakes, but Barrage, I played it only once with friends, and we made mistakes, and that's fine. We don't care on the channel, when I played solo, the automa is so hard to understand for me. I should have trained like way more before making that. But Barrage is a good game. I like it. It's a good Euro game. Calico is good, but I'm not the biggest fan of tile placing, so that's something. Power Grid or Turing Machine? I love Turing Machine. I played Power Grid only once, but I love Turing Machine, so I'm gonna go for Turing Machine. Terraforming Mars, Sleeping Gods, Primeval Peril. I learned how to say it. Primeval Peril. I think I like the Sleeping Gods mechanism. By the way, the Sleeping God video is my most viewed videos, which is insane. I love that. I think I'm gonna go for Sleeping Gods. I think it's a little bit more original. I know Terraforming Mars is a classic, and I like it. I like it a lot, to be honest. So it's one of the Euro games that are classics that I like the most. So, but I'm gonna go for Sleeping Gods. Mysterium or Watergate? Mysterium is a great party game with people. Like, it always works. Like, I thought it wouldn't have worked all the time, but every time I played it, it worked. It was fun. So I'm gonna go for Mysterium. Watergate is also fun, but it's 2 only players game. Okay, Cryptid, Pictomania. They're both amazing games. Pictomania is also a party game, but Cryptid is god tier deduction game. So Cryptid. We're gonna go for Cryptid. Fort or Century Golem Edition. We're gonna go for Fort because I'm not the biggest fan of Century. Heat, Pedal to the Metal, Concordia. Heat. 100% Heat. Fuse Countdown, Arkham Horror 3rd Edition. Fuse Countdown is great to play with friends, but I'm horrible at it. I like Arkham Horror board game. I don't love it. I like it. So I'm gonna go for Arkham Horror, but they're more or less at the same time. Like, they're equal. Witchstone or Castle of Burgundy. Like, for as much I will have controversial opinions about Castles of Burgundy, Witchstone, I wasn't, it wasn't great. Like, when it was starting to ramp up Witchstone, it stopped. Like, I guess you can make your own house rules for making it longer, but it didn't strike to me. No. So we're gonna go for Castle of Burgundy. Exploding Kids Arkham Horror, the card game, the Dunwich Legacy. Dunwich Legacy for sure. Prehistory's Wonderland's War. These are two very good games. Two very good games. Probably you don't know Prehistories. If you don't know Prehistories, to me, it's kind of a unique game, but also I don't know that many, so probably it's inspired by something, but I really like Prehistories. I'm gonna go for Wonderland's War, though. Even though I'm horrible at it. I'm so bad at Wonderland's War. Root or Scout? Root. Disney Villainous or Scout? Uh, Villainous? Villainous. Villainous. Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion, Fantasy Realm Deluxe Edition. Two very good games, but I'm gonna say Gloomhaven because I see the potential, but I have only ever played like 3 scenarios, so... Dwellings of Eldervale or For Sale Autorama? Dwellings of Eldervale. Sorry, For Sale. What are these comparisons? Of course I'm gonna choose Arkham Horror. Barrage or Welcome to the Moon? I'm gonna choose Welcome to the Moon. It's a great game. It's such a great game, Welcome to the Moon. Even when I played it with friends, I was like, it's a good game. When I played solo, I'm like, it's a great game. It's so well done. I love Welcome to the Moon. Turing Machine or Paper Dungeons? In my mind, they're probably ranked in the same way. I'm gonna go for Paper Dungeons. I just like the theme a little bit more, and I think I've been a little bit more disappointed with Turing Machine because I struggled playing it multiplayer. I think it's a great solo game. I think it's genius. I'm gonna go for Paper Dungeons, but yeah. Fortune and Folly or Regicide? Arkham Horror, Fortune and Folly for sure. I love Regicide, but Sleeping Gods, Primal Peril, or Tiny Epic Dungeons? I love Tiny Epic Dungeons. It's a great game. Mysterium or Mini Rogue? I also love Mini Rogue. I'm a dungeon kind of guy, I'm sorry. Cryptid or Sea Salt and Paper? Cryptid. Sea Salt and Paper or Pictomania? Pictomania. Horrified or Exit the Game? I love Horrified. Fort or The Search for Lost Species? The Search for Lost Species is just too good. I love Fort with their pizzas and toys, but Search for Lost Species. Heat, Pedal to the Metal, Dice Throne. I have 3 Season 2 and 1 Season 1 rerolled, so I don't have the Season 2 Battle Chest, but that's what I record as playing, because I don't want to record the specific ones that I've been playing. I'm gonna go for Heat, Pedal to the Metal. Concordia or Dice Throne? Dice Throne. Arkham Horror 3rd Edition or Longshot the Dice Game? I'm gonna say Longshot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Arkham Horror. I'm gonna say Longshot. It's such a fun game. Arkham Horror, the card game, the Dunwich Legacy campaign expansion, or the Castles of Burgundy? It is Arkham Horror, clearly. Castle of Burgundy or Exploding Kittens? I'm gonna go for Exploding Kittens. See with the caveats that with the 2 expansions that I mentioned. Castles of Burgundy or One Deck Dungeon? I'm gonna go for Castles of Burgundy. One Deck Dungeon or Witchstone? Witchstone? I really didn't love One Deck Dungeon. I'm so sad. It's gonna be so low on my ranking. I thought I loved it more. Root or Wonderland's War? Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Root. Wonderland's War or Disney Villainous? Wonderland's War. Disney Villainous or Prehistories? I think I'm gonna go for Prehistories. I think it's more accessible to play with people, honestly, because Villainous is a little bit frustrating game. When you think like you're winning, then someone brings you down, and that annoys people a lot, while Prehistories is more quick, fun. Yeah. Dwellings of Eldervale or Gloomhaven? I'm gonna say Dwellings of Eldervale because I haven't played enough Gloomhaven. Gloomhaven or Arkham Horror card game, the revised edition. I mean, we're comparing the campaigns of Arkham Horror, okay? That's why there's so much. I'm gonna say Arkham Horror. For Sale Autorama, Gloomhaven, for sure. I'm not... For Sale Autorama, it's not my thing. For Sale Autorama, Fantasy Realms, for sure. Paper Dungeons, a roll and write versus a flip and write. I love both of them. I love both of them so much, but welcome to the moon. Paper Dungeons versus Barrage. Paper Dungeons? I don't know. Turing Machine or Barrage? Turing Machine? Let's do Turing Machine. Barrage or Power Grid? Barrage. Gave me a better vibe. Power Grid or Calico? Calico? Calico. I think it's a smarter game, Calico. Tiny Epic Dungeons or Fortune and Folly from Arkham Horror, the card game. Tiny Epic Dungeons, Sleeping Gods, Primeval Peril, or Fortune and Folly. Let's do Sleeping Gods. Terraforming Mars or Fortune and Folly? Terraforming Mars, Cryptid or Mini Rogue? Cryptid, Pictomania or Mini Rogue? Mini Rogue, Pictomania or Mysterium? They're both great games, great party games, party people, family games, I think they're called, right? Not party. Let's say Pictomania, I don't know. Sea Salt and Paper or Mysterium, Sea Salt and Paper or Watergate? Watergate, Search for Lost Species or Horrified? The Search for Lost Species, but I love Horrified. Horrified or Fort? Horrified, sorry. Fort or Exit the Game, the Pharaoh's Tomb? Fort. Centuries Golem Edition or Exit the Game, the Pharaoh's Tomb? Exit, I guess. Long Shot the Dice Game or Heat Pedal to the Metal? Heat Pedal to the Metal. Long Shot the Dice Game or Dice Throne Season 2 Battle Chest? Long Shot. Arkham Horror 3rd Edition or Dice Throne Season 2 Battle Chest? Arkham Horror. Fuse Countdown or Dice Throne? I think Fuse Countdown works better than Dice Throne for my groups of friends, so I'm gonna say Fuse Countdown. Root or the Dunwich Legacy? I'm gonna say Root. Wonderland's War or the Dunwich Legacy? Maybe the Dunwich Legacy? I don't know, I love Wonderland's War though. Let's do Wonderland's War. Prehistories or the Dunwich Legacy? The Dunwich Legacy, sorry. Prehistory or Exploding Kittens? Prehistories. Exploding Kittens or Villainous? I don't know, one was the first game that I bought, but it was fake, the Exploding Kittens, because I'm stupid, and I bought from a website that and it arrived fake, Chinese. copy from AliExpress, I guess. Um, but Villainous was my first real board game I've ever bought. I think I like Villainous more. Scout Exploding Kittens. Let's do Scout. Welcome to the Moon, Dwellings of Eldervale. It's gonna be Dwellings of Eldervale. Welcome to the Moon or Arkham Horror, the card revised edition. It's gonna be Arkham Horror. Welcome to the Moon or Gloomhaven. I'm gonna say Gloomhaven because I really think it has a lot of potential. But Welcome to the Moon I love. I love more Welcome to the Moon than Fantasy Realms. I'm sorry. Fantasy Realms or Paper Dungeons? I'm gonna say Paper Dungeons. I love that game. Turing Machine or Fantasy Realms? I'm gonna say Turing Machine. Fantasy Realms or Barrage? I'm gonna say Barrage. Fantasy Realms or Calico? Fantasy Realms. Calico or For Sale Autorama? Calico. For Sale Autorama is not doing great. Power Grid or For Sale Autorama? Power Grid. Cryptid or Tiny Epic Dungeons? This is tough. Cryptid. Mini Rogue or Tiny Epic Dungeons? Tiny Epic Dungeons. I'm sorry, Mini Rogue. I love you, but Mini Rogue or Sleeping Gods Primeval Peril? I will say Mini Sleeping. Mini Sleeping? Mini Sleeping Rogue Gods? Can I say that? I'm gonna say Sleeping Gods. Mini Rogue or Terraforming Mars? Mini Rogue? Mini Rogue, but not sure. Pictomania or Terraforming Mars? I'm gonna say Terraforming Mars, but not sure. Pictomania or Fortune and Folly? I'm gonna say Fortune and Folly. Pictomania or Regicide? Pictomania. Regicide or Mysterium? Mysterium. Regicide or Watergate? Watergate. Regicide or Sea Salt and Paper? Regicide. Hit Pedal to the Metal or The Search for Lost Species? They are probably ranked in the same way. Like, they're gonna be very close in the ranking, I assume. The Search for Lost Species. Heat or Horrified? I'm gonna say Heat, but Horrified or Long Shot the Dice Game? Horrified? Long Shot the Dice Game or Fort? I see that the comparisons are getting like closer and closer to like games that I would rank very similarly, so it's interesting. I'm gonna say Fort. Long Shot or Exit? Long Shot. Exit the Pharaoh's Tomb or Arkham Horror 3rd Edition? I'm gonna say Arkham Horror 3rd Edition. Exit or Fuse Countdown? I'm gonna say Fuse Countdown. I think it's a great party game. Or family game. Call it whatever you want. Dice Throne Season 2 or Exit? I'm gonna say Dice Throne. Concordia or Exit? I'm gonna say Exit. Sorry, Concordia. Concordia or Century Golem Edition? I'm gonna say Concordia. Dwellings of Eldervale or Root? I'm gonna say Dwellings of Eldervale. Root or Arkham Horror? You can't do this to me, game. You can't do this to me. I'm gonna say Arkham Horror, but we know Root. I love it. Root or Gloomhaven? I'm gonna say Root because Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion, again, potential, but I need to play it more. Gloomhaven or Wonderland's War? I think Gloomhaven. Wonderland's War, Welcome to the Moon. I'm gonna say Wonderland's War, but Welcome to the Moon or The Dunwich Legacy? The Dunwich Legacy. Welcome to the Moon or Prehistories? Welcome to the Moon. Prehistories or Paper Dungeons? Prehistories, Paper Dungeons or Villainous? Paper Dungeons. Turing Machine or Villainous? Turing Machine? Villainous? I'm gonna say Villainous, but Turing Machine or Scout? I'm gonna say Turing Machine. Scout or Barrage? Barrage. Scout or Fantasy Realms? Ha. Ha. Fantasy Realms? Calico or Scout? Scout. Calico or Exploding Kittens? Funny. Funny comparison. Funny comparison. Calico. Exploding Kittens or Power Grid? Exploding Kittens, sorry. Power Grid or Castle of Burgundy? Gonna say Power Grid. I'm gonna say Power Grid. I don't regret it. Castle of Burgundy or for Celodorama? Castle of Burgundy. For Celodorama or Witchstone? Witchstone. For Celodorama or One Deck Dungeon? One Deck Dungeon. Search for Lost Species or Cryptid? I'm gonna say, but Cryptid is so good. Cryptid is so good. I'm gonna say Cryptid. Search for Lost Species or Tiny Epic Dungeons? Search for Lost Species. Heat Pedal to the Metal or Tiny Epic Dungeons? Tiny Epic Dungeons. Heat Pedal to the Metal or Sleeping Gods? Heat. Horrified or Sleeping Gods? Horrified. Fort or Sleeping Gods? Sleeping Gods. Fort or Mini Rogue? Fort? Mini Rogue or Longshot? Mini Rogue. Longshot or Terraforming Mars? Longshot? Terraforming Mars or Arkham Horror? Arkham Horror. Terraforming Mars or Fuse Countdown? Terraforming Mars. Fuse Countdown or Fortune and Folly? Fortune and Folly. Fuse Countdown or Pictomania? Pictomania. Fuse Countdown or Mysterium? Mysterium. Fuse Countdown or Watergate? Watergate. Fuse Countdown or Regicide? Fuse Countdown. Regicide or Dice Throne? Dice Throne. Regicide or Exit? I'm gonna go for Exit. A Regicide or Concordia? Concordia. Regicide or Sentry? Regicide. Sentry Golem Edition or Sea Salt and Paper? Sea Salt and Paper. Cryptid or Dwellings of Eldervale? Dwellings of Eldervale. Cryptid or Arkham Horror, the card game? Arkham Horror Revised Core Set. Root or Cryptid? Root. Cryptid or Gloomhaven? Gloomhaven. Cryptid or Wonderland's War? Probably Cryptid. Wonderland's War or The Search for Lost Species? The Search for Lost Species. Tiny Epic Dungeons or Wonderland's War. Tiny Epic Dungeons or The Dunwich Legacy? The Dunwich Legacy. Tiny Epic Dungeons or Welcome to the Moon? Tiny Epic Dungeons. Heat or Welcome to the Moon? I'm gonna say Heat. Horrified or Welcome to the Moon? I'm gonna say Horrified. Sleeping Gods or Welcome to the Moon? Welcome to the Moon. Sleeping Gods or Prehistories? Sleeping Gods. Fort or Prehistories? I think I like Prehistories a little bit better. Fort or Paper Dungeons? I'm gonna say Paper Dungeons. Fort or Disney Villainous? Fort? Villainous or Mini Rogue? I don't know. I have no idea. Mini Rogue? Longshot or Villainous? Longshot? Arkham Horror or Villainous? Arkham Horror. Terraforming Mars or Villainous? Terraforming Mars. Fortune and Folly or Villainous? Fortune and Folly. Pictomania or Villainous? Pictomania. Villainous or Mysterium? Mysterium. Watergate or Villainous? Villainous. Watergate or Turing Machine? Turing Machine. Watergate or Barrage? Barrage. Watergate or Fantasy Realms? Fantasy Realms. Watergate or Scout? Watergate. Scout or Fuse Countdown? We're gonna say Scout, I guess. Fuse Countdown or Calico? Fuse Countdown or Calico? Fuse Countdown. Dice Throne or Calico? Both? Dice Throne. Exit or Calico? Calico. Exit or Exploding Kittens? Ha. I'm gonna say Exit. Concordia or Exploding Kittens? Exploding Kittens. Concordia or Power Grid? I think I like Power Grid more. Concordia or Castle of Burgundy? Castle of Burgundy. Concordia or Witchstone? I mean, I like Witchstone theme. I'm gonna say Witchstone. Concordia or One Deck Dungeon? Concordia. One Deck Dungeon or Regicide? Regicide. One Deck Dungeon or Sea Salt and Paper? One Deck Dungeon? Sea Salt and Paper for Sale Odorama? Sea Salt and Paper. I think For Sale Odorama is gonna be my last game. Century or For Sale Odorama? I think... You know what? Maybe For Sale Odorama? Maybe For Sale... For Sale Odorama. I'm gonna close some disclaimer. Okay, we have a final ranking, and if you have seen already the previous video, you would already know. But yeah, I'm not gonna go through these. I'm just gonna scroll through these for a second so you can just look at it and see what you think about it. But we're gonna discuss this more in the other video that I'm gonna record, but it's already out for you, so because they're gonna be posted at the same time. Again, link in the top right corner right now. Wow. Yes, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing me mumbling about choosing one game or the other without giving any explanation to why I was doing it, or I don't know, honestly. Is this video even meaningful? Did you like it? Let me know, because I think it's fun. I think it's fun if you know the game. I think you're probably cursing at me for choosing one thing other than the other, and I think it's extremely fun that you are doing that. I'm probably getting some haters at the moment, but I think it's fine, right? It's okay. Anyways, thank you very, very much for staying with me. Again, if you like this kind of content, feel free to leave a like to this video, sure, and subscribe to my channel. And I hope you're also gonna watch the other video, the video with the full ranking, where I give a little bit more of a background or explain a little bit of the games, how they work. Anyways, let me know if you have any suggestions for similar videos that I can make. And otherwise, I thank you again for watching, and ciao ciao!